In a press conference in January 2020, Marcos said there's a need to revise children's textbooks because they allegedly teach children lies. And I quote verbatim, nilagay nila sa libro ng textbook ng mga bata na ganito, na mga Marcos ganito ang ninakaw, ganito ang ginawa. Ngayon lumalabas sa korte, hindi totoo lahat ng sinabi ninyo dahil hindi nyo na ipakita. How can the Senate address this issue?
I'm sorry. On point of fact, mali na walang pronouncements ang korte tungkol dito. Courts, not just domestically but especially internationally, have spoken unequivocally on the wealth that needs to be at the very least accounted for, and at most, at best, yung dapat ay
Vindication for him, and the way Mr. Trump defended the administration of President Marcos, a vindication for him also.
Can you tell me how the Philippine government looks at what happened?
I'm sure that the Philippine government shares with the Filipino people the disappointment over the verdict, but the jury has made its decision and we will abide by that decision. Mrs. Marcos might have won the battle, but we have won the war.
Mrs. Marcos said it was the best birthday gift she's had. She said her one obsession now is to return to the country.
How are you? Very well, thank you. Unang-una po ito nung nagpapasalamat sa ating mga alak babayan na sila ilang mga panalangin upang bigyan na nagbigay ng tulong at yan kung paano tayo ay nagpagi dito sa Nueva York, dito sa kasong ito na yun sa lahat ng count 1, 2, 3, and 4 ay lahat na guilty. At ito ay dedication hindi ni Mrs. Marcos kundi ni Presidente Marcos at ng buong Republika ng Pilipinas, sapagkat nakikita dito na talagang pinulog nila ang buhay at ang mga ginawa ng Pangulong Marcos sa 30 years siya naging Pangulo ng ating Republika ay malinis. Lahat ng kanyang batikos ay hindi kapuhanan. Kaya ako'y natuwa na naging totoo yung sinabi ni Pangulong Marcos sa akin. Fear not, because the truth will set us free, and the truth of the day. Maraming salamat.
Was interested in prosecuting big names at the time. And Giuliani, according to the information that I have, I think it's solid, promised a conviction of the Marcoses to the State Department, to the Department of Justice. But more than that, there was evidence in the case that the Philippine government under Aquino wanted to gather up all of this evidence or gather up all of this property that they believed belonged to the Philippine government and that Marcos had. And in exchange for that, the United States needed its bases over there. And they entered into what was called the Mutual Legal Assistance Agreement, which was an agreement between these two governments to prosecute the Marcoses. And when Mr. Marcos died, they continued to prosecute this widow.
Okay. The longer they stayed, the more worried you get.
Oh, you know, and you can't sleep. It's like waiting for a baby that's never born.
Was she a good client?
She was, you know, this is a beautiful woman, and she was the best client I ever had.
Why did she need so many shoes? That was obviously a point that the thought about Imelda was greed.
Well, you know, that the thing that they never really understood about Imelda was that she really wasn't a greedy woman. She was very loved, and she is loved, and she's loved by the masses of people in the Philippines. And the people here, everybody that touched her, saw her, fell in love with her. She is an absolutely marvelous, wonderful human being. She was gifted, you know. She didn't go out and buy this stuff. People gave it to her. Her husband gave it to her. Rich people, princes, people just loved her and showered her with gifts. And with respect to her shoes, you know, my wife's got 100 pairs of shoes, I think. So what? But in her case, the Philippines
poor country,
manufacture shoes, and everybody that manufactured shoes and had a new model pair of shoes wanted to have her have those shoes and wanted her to wear them. And if you go back and check her closet out, you'd find that most of them don't even fit her.